Hello. We are going to start out standing today. I'm going to start out side facing to you. Welcome. All right, stand with your feet parallel, hip width apart. Pause for a second to settle into your posture and try to align your body over your heels with your head, ribs, and hips stacked up. We're going to warm up with the standing cat stretch first. So maintain the neutral alignment as you come down into your squat. Hinge forward at your hips so you're creating that lightning bolt shape between your torso, thighs, and shins. And then you can go ahead and place your hands down on your legs for that support. Okay, so focusing into your breath as we move, I want you to take an inhale into your back as you round your spine into flexion. And then exhale as you stick out your tailbone, elongate the spine, go past the neutral and into a slight extension. Then as you inhale, try to send the breath into your back, feeling a little stretch as the ribs open away from the spine. And then as you exhale, stick out your tail, feel how the breath compresses that deep layer of the abdominals and lift your chest and chin. Inhale, start to flex the spine again. Spread your shoulder blades apart, let your head hang towards your knees. And then exhale, stick out your tailbone, draw your shoulder blades back and down as you lift your chest and chin. One more time, start to flex the spine on the inhale. And then exhale, roll it back out, tail to head into that extension. All right, still in your squat. Hope you're enjoying it here. I want you to drop one shoulder, then the other shoulder. I've added a little bit of a give or bounce to my hips where I'm rotating and kind of pressing down as I drop. All right, so you got that shoulder shimmy going. Now I want you to turn your head so you're looking over your shoulder as you twist. Keep that bob going from your hips. You've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on back up. Come into a staggered stance by stepping one leg back, and I want you to bend both of your knees just a little bit like you're in the beginning of a lunge. Find a height you can settle into and stay, and then I want you to start swinging your hips side to side. So we're just accenting a slight hip hike to make lateral flexion of the spine, but this staggered stance and the give in your leg should let you have more freedom of motion. All right, come on back up, and a little endurance in our legs. Because, yeah, I guess we're going into the workout like that today, huh? All right, here we go. Side to side. And just be relaxing the shoulders. My hands are on my hips, not to make the movement, but just to kind of sense where the axis of motion is, where I'm getting this done from. I feel silly all of a sudden. Okay, I'm going to come on back up. All right, so now, that leg back. This leg is the stable leg. All right, here's our moving leg. We got one more standing exercise to do. Find parallel. You're going to need a little space because we're going to alternate stepping forward, stepping side, stepping back. Always with the same leg. And let's go in that pattern. So I want you to take a forward step into a lunge, push back off to come back to your start position. Now do a side lunge and come back in. A backwards lunge. Now when you side lunge again, plant yourself and bend both knees this time and return. So I'm going to take a forward stepping lunge and come back. This leg straight for the first side lunge. Step backwards, bending both knees again. Now both knees bend, I drop and back in. Forward lunge. Side lunge with a straight leg. Backwards lunge, and then drop down to that wide squat. 2 more rounds of it. Forward stepping lunge. Drop out to the side. Backward stepping lunge, and then that wide squat. One more time. And step it forward, out to the side lunge, backwards lunge, and then wide squat. Let's do that again on the other side. All right, move over if you need to. Lead going forward. So use the ground to push yourself back. Take that wide step to the side, and now backwards, and again, use the floor to come up. Drop into that wide squat. Forward stepping lunge. Reach out to the side lunge now. Step backwards. I'm afraid the wall's moving somehow. And drop. And then forward step. Take it out wide to the side. Backward step. And then wide squat. 2 more rounds. Forward stepping lunge. Side lunge. Step backwards. Stay vertical. Now drop wide squat. One more time. Forward stepping lunge. Now out to the side. Push off from the floor. Backwards lunge. Wide squat down. All right, let's go down to the floor. I'm going to catch my breath now. All right. Just not to my breath, but like my eyes are so dry. It's always weird. It's a pouring rain outside right now, and I'm so dry. I hate when that happens. Okay. Knees bent, feet flat on the mat. We're going to go through a hip release action. We're going to use both legs going in the same direction on every rep. Maybe I'm going to diagonal myself so you can see me better. Okay, when we do this variation, there will be a little bit of movement in your hips, but just so you have a point of anchoring, pretend you're trying to keep the hips stable against the weight of the legs moving. Let both of your knees fall over to the right side, and then slide your feet down the mat to straighten your legs. Turn your feet towards the left, and bend your knees to pull back in. Keep going that way. Drop over to the right, slide the feet away, turn to the left, pull your heels back in. 2 more times. Drop to the right, slide the legs down, turn them over, pull them back in. Last time. Drop over, slide away, turn them over, pull them back. Now go in the other direction. Drop to the left, slide your feet away, turn your feet to the right, drag your heels in, lift your knee. Drop to the left, slide down the mat, turn right, drag in your heels and lift. Drop them over, slide away, turn right, pull in the heels and lift. 1 more time, and slide down, turn out, drag in your heels and lift. All right, now let me get normal again. Undulating hip roll will be next. Start with your feet about 6 to 8 inches away from you with a little space in between your legs, and relax your arms by your sides. For demo purposes, I'm actually going to lift an arm up, but ignore that. Take an exhale breath as you roll your hips off the mat, curling up a bone at a time to a bridge. Now you're going to come back down on your inhale, allowing for a little arch in your back. So as you exhale, you're going to roll through flexion on the lifting phase, and then arch your back and drop back down. Exhale, curl off. Try to reach your knees away from your shoulders. Float back down, gently landing your pelvis. 1 more time. Curl up and arch your way back down. Let's go in the other direction. So try to keep that arch. You're going to lift up from your pelvis. You're going to roll back down, sending a wave from shoulders to tailbone. Arch and lift up, and then roll it back down. We're still breathing. Exhale on the lift, and then inhale to roll back down. 1 more time, lifting up, and then rolling back down again. Okay, settle back into a good neutral. Take one leg up into tabletop position. Now maintain neutral at your low back, and we're just going to bridge straight up and down 3 times. When you exhale, press into the big toe that's on the floor, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up, try to keep the pelvis level. Inhale, lower back down. And again, try to do this lift, holding the working leg parallel, resisted flopping out. Inhale to drop back down. And exhale, lift up. Inhale as you lower. Let's switch legs. Great way to strengthen your hamstrings and your inner thighs. All right, so same thing here. As you exhale, lift up. Try to keep the left and right side even. Inhale, drop back down. Exhale, squeeze your glutes, lift to bridge, and inhale to lower. 1 more time. Exhale it up, and inhale to lower back down. Release your foot. Turn onto your side. Okay, lay your head on your bottom forearm. And you're going to start with your knees bent. In our regular spinal rotation, I usually have you work at a 90-degree angle. Make it a little greater than 90. Just kind of press your knees away. Okay. Top leg comes up just a couple inches. Now, let's play around with the leg motion first, and then I'm going to add an arm motion. So I'm going to drive my knee up towards my chest and then kick my leg out straight with a flex foot. I'm going to bend the knee again, and now I'm going to reach it back into extension to extend it. So I bend it to kick it forward into hip flexion, bend it, reach it back. 1 more time. Bend it, kick it forward, bend it, reach it back, pause there. Now take your arm forward. As you bend your knee, you're going to bend the elbow. And as you kick the leg forward, reach your arm back, bend your elbow, extend the arm forward when the leg goes back. Inhale as you bend, exhale, rotate and reach out. Inhale, bend, and return. And rotate, extend, bend, and reach away. 2 more times. Bend knee and elbow, reach out from the arm and leg, bend, and reach away. 1 more time. Tuck, kick out, bend, reach away. All right, let's flip over to your other side. All right, so head on your forearm. Remember, a little greater than 90 degrees, so that bottom leg is a better anchor. Try to make the numbers the same 3 times, kicking forward and back. So you're going to bend your knee higher, then kick your leg forward for a hamstring stretch. Bend your knee and extend it back in space. Tuck your knee up, kick it forward, bend it, reach it back. Tuck, kick out, bend, reach back, pause. All right, take that top arm forward now. Bend your knee and bend your elbow. Start to rotate. Reach your leg out and your arm back. Bend, and then reach away. Tuck in, extend out, bend, reach away. Tabletop, kick, bend, press out. 2 more times. Bend, reach forward, bend, kick back. Last one. And reach forward, bend, kick back. All right. Up onto your hands and your knees. Toes curled under. I want you to start a small weight shift back and forth. Keep the size limited so you can stay in a neutral spine, emphasizing that your sit bones are wide, pointing towards the back wall, and the crown of your head's pointing to the opposite wall. Okay, so that's your base shift. We're going to try to do that in a knee hover. So let's explore just the knee hover 3 times. Your toes are curled under to take your weight. Fingertips spread. I think I said that already. When you exhale, stabilize your torso and then press away from the floor, shifting your weight into your hands and your toes. Stay there to take a breath in, and then exhale to drop your knees down. Breathe in at the bottom. Exhale, stabilize at the beginning of the breath, then press away. Hold there and breathe in. Exhale to lower. One more time. Breathe in, be long, and then exhale. Find abdominal support. Shift the weight into your arms. Hold there to breathe in. Lower back down. All right, ready to add your weight shift? Let's go up to stay. As you exhale, press into your fingers, lift those knees, and then just start a little rock back and forth. Not too big, keep control. We don't all have to go at the same speed. You've got 4, and 3, 2, and 1. All right, put your knees down. You can untuck your toes and sit back towards your heels just to get the weight off of your arms. Words. Take a breath in. Roll up. All right, let's go back onto your back. So once again, let's work with your knees bent and your feet flat, leaving some space between your legs. Take one hand behind your head and start with your other arm by your side. Okay, let's just do a couple ab reps just at a 2-breath pattern. Take an inhale to prepare. As you exhale, tip your chin down, curl up your head and shoulders, and hover the straight arm at about shoulder height when you flex. Stay here to breathe in. Lower back down. I'm sorry, I said 2 breaths. That was 4. Let's try that again. Exhale, curl up, hovering your arm. Inhale to lower back down. And again, exhale, round forward, sliding your ribs towards your hips. And inhale to lower. 2 more like that. Exhale, curl up. Inhale back down. Make sure you're slightly nodding the chin. You're looking toward your thighs when you're in flexion, and lower back down. Now I'm going to add an arm circle with the free arm. Same crunch though. So you're going to take your arm overhead, and I want you to watch it, like either just with your eyes or if you're comfortable turning your neck. Then you're going to circle your arm around as you crunch up. Lower back down as you go overhead. Watch it start to circle. Follow it up into the crunch. Lay back, and then exhale, lift. One more in this direction. Exhale up. Now go the other way. Circle the arm out to the side. As you lay your head down, look at the hand. Follow it. Flex up. And lower in time with the circle. Curl up. 2 more times like that. And lift. Last one. And lift. Lower your head back down. Switch your hands. All right. Back to that basic crunch. I'm going to try to make us symmetrical. Let's do a 4 breath on the first rep. Nod your chin. Now curl up your head and shoulders when you exhale. Hover that arm at shoulder height. Stay there. Take an inhale and try to expand the sides of the ribs. Exhale. Come on back down. Phew, I can sleep tonight. Now 2 breaths. Exhale. Nod your chin. Curl up your head and shoulders. Support your head in your hand. Inhale to lower back down. So you're going to curl forward, but then let your head fall back so you can feel that support. Inhale to lower back down. As you flex up, try to keep your pelvis still in neutral. Inhale to lower back down, and exhale, round forward. Inhale to lower. Now I'm going to take that arm overhead to start the circle, look towards it as it comes around, and then flex up following the hand to the hip. Lay back, circle around, and flex up. 2 more this way. Lay back, and circle and lift. Last one, lay back, circle and lift. Let's go the other way. Circle the arm out to the side as you lay down. Look towards that hand. Let it circle around as you crunch up. Lay back, sweeping it around, crunch up. 2 more times. Use your exhale to lift. 1 more. And exhale to lift. Come on back down. All right, flip over onto your stomach. Let's start by making a W shape with your arms. When you pose them, very slightly slide your elbows down so you have a sense of heaviness at the shoulder blades. Legs are going to be parallel at first, either together or hip width apart. And let's just start out getting a basic extension from the upper back to work on coordinating the spine moving with the shoulders. So you're going to take an inhale at the bottom, reaching your head away from your toes. As you exhale, press into your forearms. Start to lift your gaze. And as your upper body comes off the mat, pull your shoulder blades back and down to expand the front of your body. Now you're going to stay up for an inhale. You want to keep your bottom rib or two pinned to the mat as a point of resistance. And then when you exhale, start to lower back down, releasing a rib at a time, and then your neck and your head. Now stay at the bottom, and as we pause, make yourself longer as you fill up with that inhale. When you exhale, imagine pushing a marble forward with your nose to start the motion. Now press away with your forearms. Feel the collarbones get wider as you push your chest forward and your shoulder blades back. Stay here, let your breath expand you even more right out to the tips of the shoulders, and then exhale, compress your abs and lower back down till you're flat. Inhale, let the breath go all the way down to your feet, all the way up to your hair, and then exhale, start to lift. As you blow out the air, feel the hugging in of support from the sides of the ribs. Now stay there and fill back up with air, pressing back out into the rib cage, and then exhale to lower back down. Now take your arms out straight to the sides, and now we're going to use pressure of your palms into the floor to kind of prop you up a little bit in your upper body so you are in a low hover. Now take your legs, open them about a little wider than hip width, turn your toes out into lateral rotation, and I want you to alternate bending one knee and then the other, just so you can feel how with the rotation of your legs, you're kind of kicking across the midline, like the opposite side of your butt with your foot. Okay, so now we're going to take that as a base motion to start a rotation from your pelvis. When you bend your knee, you're going to turn like you're trying to bring your foot to the opposite hand and then lower back down. Switch every time. Press into your hands on the floor to initiate the rotation and lower back down. So I want to pick my knee up early to start the twist and then unravel back down and brace into the arms. Rotate and lower. 4 more times. Twist. My upper body's turning a little bit, so my face is always off the ground, but I am looking towards the opposite side from where I'm kicking. And back down last time to twist and lower. All right, sit back onto your heels into the shell stretch again. After what you just did with your back, give yourself a breath in and out here. Just hang tight. Now, take another breath, and as you inhale, I want you to breathe right into where you imagine the diaphragm is and feel a 3-dimensional expansion of your rib cage as you fill up with air. Now, when you exhale, blow the air out through your mouth and try to compress your abs away from your thighs. So we're kind of hollowing out that space, and that should give you a little more stretch through your low back. All right, so now I want to add a little movement to this. So I'm going to have you begin to roll up. And then you're going to change your mind, let your back arch, and then just slide your arms back out again. So you can come through flexion on the way up and then extension on the way down. So if that feels awkward, just keep trying. But if you're used to doing these and you want to add a little more movement into a slight side bend, just so you're kind of changing how you traction the muscles that run up your back, you might find different knots or spots or things you want to work on. 1 more time. Sorry, I could do this for like the rest of class. That's not what you came here for. Or is it? Have a seat. I never ask you what you come here for. I just tell you what to do. All right, what we're going to do right now is the saw and a side plank combo. As you set up your saw, you want some space in between your legs. Your legs can be out straight or slightly bent at the knees if you have trouble sitting up straight. When I start my first saw, I'm going to do the first set just as a regular saw. I'm going to turn away from you on the first rep. When you breathe in, you're going to rotate your spine, growing nice and tall out of your sit bones. Turn your back thumb down, and as you exhale, I want you to round forward towards that opposite side foot. On your inhale, stack your spine back up and try to sense your weight being even over those two sit bones. Exhale, rotate back to the center. Now inhale, spiral up tall as you twist to the other side. Turn your back thumb down. Exhale, round forward. Your gaze should be just to the side of that knee. Inhale, roll back up, then turn your thumb up, rotate back to center. Okay, let's make this a very different exercise now. Inhale, twist to the first side. On the exhale, turn your thumb down, round forward. Now stay flexed down like that. As you inhale, we're going to windmill the arms across past the other leg. Plant your bottom arm on the mat. We're going to come into a side bend plank. Now lower yourself back down. Let's windmill again. Stay nice and low. Take it to that first leg, roll up, and back to center. Inhale, breath. Spiral up tall, flip your thumb down. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, let's go all the way around. Plant the forearm, lift your hips, go into side plank. Lower your hips down, round forward. Roll back up and turn back to center. Inhale, twist. Turn your thumb down. Exhale, round forward. Inhale, swing your arms around. Plant down your forearm, lift your hip, make that nice long line. Come down with control. Stay nice and low. Swing back to the first leg. Roll yourself up and turn back to center. Breathe in. Press down into those sit bones. It'll help you get taller here. Exhale, turn your thumb down, dive forward. Inhale, swing the arms around, plant the forearm, lift the hip, lengthen. Now bring those hips back down, stay nice and low. Swing it around, roll it up. Are you scooching forward? I'm always scooching forward. First side, you got one more each way. Turn that thumb down. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, swing the arms around. Plant your arm down, lift your hips up, reach out. Drop your hips, let's stay low. Swing it back around. Find the center between the sit bones, stack up, and rotate back to center. Last time. Inhale, breath to twist. Exhale, turn your thumb down, round forward over your leg. Now inhale, swing all the way around, plant your forearm, lift your hips, reach the arms overhead, lower your hips back down, swing it around, roll yourself up, and back to the middle. Relax your arms. Go back down onto your back. I'll be right with you. I'm going to keep bitching about the weather a little bit to say it's a bajillion degrees out, and for some reason my fan's not on. All right, sorry about that. Where were we? All right, let's do a little work from the ab series. I'll have you rock into an imprinted position so you can feel your abdominal muscles shorten slightly and an elongation of the lower back, and then lift up one leg at a time into tabletop position. We're going to start out with single leg stretch. Nod your chin, curl up your head and shoulders into that ab prep position. Start to reach out one leg at a time, fully extending the knee. Switch and reach. Now breathing on this one, little inhale, big exhale, and reach, and reach. Now you're going to keep your head in the crunch unless your neck starts to feel a lot of strain. Then you can just put your head down and continue to do the lower body part of the exercise. As you're catching the knee with your hand, try not to tug it. Just fake receive it and reach. You've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tuck both knees in, let your head down, and then lower just one foot down to the mat. So we got one in tabletop, one's back down. Whichever leg's in tabletop, I want you to take the opposite arm and place it behind your head. Is that right? That's wrong. Same side arm, put it behind your head. Okay, free arm up to the ceiling for now. You are going to take an exhale breath. You're going to do an oblique crunch towards your bent knee. On your inhale, you're going to turn back towards center and extend the leg out straight. You're going to rotate on the exhale, chopping your arm across. That straight arm is going to reach up to the ceiling when you turn back to center. Exhale, rotate, lower the arm. Inhale, return, and exhale to twist. We're going to do that 4 more times. As I'm chopping across with that straight arm, my shoulder blade is lifting off the mat. Last 2. and center. One more time, twist and back to center. Tuck that knee in, lower your head down. All right, let's switch that up. Let's see if I can get this right. Okay, air leg. Same side, hands behind your head. Other arm, you've got reaching up to the ceiling, ready for the chop. So I'm going to curl up and rotate, chopping my arm across to the opposite side. Now as I turn back to center, I'm going to extend the leg on the inhale, knee and arm chop on the exhale. And rotate, press down and return. And rotate and return. You have 4 and 3, 2, and 1. All right, lower back down. Next, we're going to go into the double leg stretch followed by the scissors. I'm going to try to keep your head up just and flow from one to the other. You take a neck break anytime you need. Rock into imprint when you exhale, and then take one leg and then the other up to tabletop. Pose your hands on the sides of your knees, nod your chin, curl up your head and shoulders. All right, let's stay here for one more breath in. When you exhale, reach both legs out straight as you reach your arms back by your ears. Inhale to circle your arms and tuck your knees back in. Exhale, arms and legs reach away from each other. Inhale, circle and catch. Exhale to reach out, circle around. Now you want to use your breath to maintain the lift of the upper body and the stability of your pelvis. And circle, you've got 3. Circle round. Exhale, pull the navel in. Circle round one more time. And circle. Grab the back of your legs, reach both legs up straight or almost straight, and then drop one leg for scissors. We're going to pulse 2 times. Inhale as the leg switch, pulse for 2. Inhale and exhale, switch and reach, reach. Use the 2 puffs of the breath to look for a deeper, deeper type of stretch. You've got 6 and 5. Is your breath helping to hold you up in your crunch? 3, 2, and 1. Both legs up. Tuck your knees in towards your chest. And then release your feet back down. Let's open your feet out so they're about as wide as the mat. We're going to do another variation on a hip roll. Now, adding a little rotation for your legs. So let your knees start flopped out. When you curl your hips off the mat, you're going to allow the knees to fall into the midline as you roll up. And then you're going to turn them back out into lateral rotation as you drop down. Exhale, curl up, knees fall into center, and then roll back down. So if you do have some tightness in the outer hip, this collapse in might feel intense, but it's a good stretch for that region. Stay there, drop your knees together. Let's reverse the leg pattern. So now you're going to roll up while your knees turn out, and you're going to roll down while your knees turn in. And again, curl up, knees rotate apart, and then they collapse into center as you roll back down. One more time, curl up and rotate out, and then fall back down to the start position. Okay, we're going into the rollover next. If you can't do a complete rollover, you can crisscross your ankles. Let me just get my arms out of the way, and you can do a rollover prep, just a small reverse crunch. That'll help you build up some strength. All right, if you're following me through the full exercise, rock into imprint, lift your legs up one at a time into tabletop position. Leave a little space between your legs today, and I want you to reach your legs out straight onto a high diagonal. As you inhale, lift your legs up to the ceiling. When you exhale, reach your legs overhead and start to curl your spine off the mat, rolling up to your shoulder blades. Now I want you to flex your feet and start to roll back down one bone at a time. Lower your legs away from you and now point your toes. Inhale, hinge your legs up. Exhale, roll yourself off. Flex your feet, start to roll down, inhaling into your back. Now as you exhale, compress your abs, stay in imprint as you lower your legs. Point your toes, hinge them up as you inhale. Exhale, roll off. Flex your feet as you inhale, and then roll back down to the mat. And reach away. 2 more times. Point your toes, hinge your legs up. Exhale, roll yourself off. Flex your feet, start to roll back down. And then reach your legs away and point your toes. 1 more time. Inhale to hinge up. Exhale, roll yourself off. Then flex your feet, start to roll back down. Anchor your hips, keep your imprint, and lower your legs. All right, tuck your knees in your chest. Flip back over onto your tummy tuck. Legs out straight, parallel again so we can do together or slightly separated. We're going to do the breaststroke. All right, start out at a low hover, arms in that W position. Keep your hover and take a breath in. As you exhale, extend your arms overhead so you look like the superhero flying. On your inhale, circle your arms to your hips and lift your head and chest. Exhale, dive down low and reach your arms through. Inhale, circle your arms, expand as you lift. Exhale, get real close to the mat, look right underneath you. Now lift your gaze, see off the end of the mat. Exhale, feel the abs tighten, hug into the midline. Inhale, feel the expansion lifting you up. 3 more. Exhale, reach nice and low. Glutes should feel active to stabilize your pelvis. And 2 to lower down. Big circle around. 1 more time, dive it low. And circle and lift. Let's bring your hands under your forehead. Turn your toes out and set them about hip width apart. You're going to alternate lifting one leg at a time. Try to keep your knees straight. And as you exhale, extend the leg like you're tractioning it, then pick it up a couple inches. Inhale, place it back down. Opposite leg. Reach long and lift and lower back down. Now, I'm just going to keep cueing that over and over again because that really does give you your best effect. As soon as you press away with your leg, you make sure your knee's straight. So when your glute activates to pick it up, you get the most glute work with the heaviest leg. So you want it to feel like a straight, long lever you're lifting and lower back down. Also, if you're working with your knees bent, your hamstring kind of takes over and we miss a lot of the work we want from the back of the hip. We're going to do 3 more this way and lower back down and 2 and lower. 1 more like this. And drop. Give me 5 pulses next time you go up. Exhale, lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, place it down. Other leg. Stay turned out as you lift. 4, 5. Inhale to lower. First leg lifts. 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower back down. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 more set each side. Exhale, abs lift. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale to lower. 1 more time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower back down. All right, give me another shell stretch. Round your spine. Try to do that little hollow out thing again. Take a nice big breath in. Feel the expansion through the back of your ribs. Stay here for an exhale, compressing your abs just a little bit more. 1 more breath in, and then roll up. All right, 1 more exercise. You're kneeling, 1 leg out. The leg I'm kneeling on, toes curled under. Can you see them? Okay, hand on the floor. Now, we have to play around the first time you do this just to explore where your hand should be, and you may not know till you try this. So you're going to start in a side bend. And now I'm going to shift my weight, bending both of my knees to come back into my legs. Okay, so now you see I've moved my hand back a lot. I'm going to play around with coming up and over and back down. So this becomes a leg exercise, really about the push-pull and dropping back. Although I am bearing a little weight on this arm, it's really there over the knee. And come back down. Let's go for 3. Bend the knees, drop into a crouch. 2, pull it down. 1 more time, reach over and tuck it back in. All right, let's switch legs. All right, so we're going to go through that same fussing. Just take a stretch first. All right, now knowing everything might be wrong, you're going to shift your weight back, get it over your legs into this crouch, move your hand where you need it, drop your knee, reach up and over, pushing away, sit back down into your legs. Up and over, shift back, and side stretch, and drop down 3 more times. Let your head fall in the side bend, and 2, and back. 1 more time, up and over, and return. How do we dismount? I think like this. Boom, boom, boom. You're done. All right, friends. Hope you have a great day.